What's up? Welcome back to Pushing the Pile. Mike Renner, Kyle Long, and we got Matt Ryan joining the program. Matt, how did you enjoy that Super Bowl last night?
Well, it wasn't the best I've ever watched. I'll say that much. But as far as entertainment, not the best. But as far as defensive performance from front seven, specifically a front four of the Philadelphia Eagles, one of the best I've ever seen. And so, incredible performance by the Eagles. Defense was rock solid. Jalen Hurts played extremely well. Hats off to him, man. They played an excellent ball game.
Yeah, you were talking a little bit in the break about how you said that the only way to deal with an elite quarterback is to hit him. That's how you shut him down. And obviously, they hit Patrick Mahomes, 6 sacks, the most Patrick Mahomes has ever been sacked in a game. Were there any answers to be found for the Kansas City Chiefs? Because obviously, at halftime, they came out and seemingly it was the same as the first half. Andy Reid, known for his ability to, game plan and adjust. There seemingly were no adjustments to be had.
It's hard. It's hard when their players are better than yours up front, right? And, you can come up with all the adjustments you want, but you're already, you're talking about a halftime adjustment of trying to do something against a D line that you can't block, but you're down 20 plus points. There's really not much you can do. I remember, having played against some great D lines. The key was to play from in front, and then it was throwing screens, it was running the football, it was getting the ball out of your hand quickly. That becomes increasingly difficult to do when you're spotting them 20 points. So, I think it comes down to players, and the Philadelphia Eagles players in their front seven, specifically the front four, were better than the Chiefs, and that's saying something. The Chiefs, got 3 really good offensive linemen, guys that are some of the best in the league, but the Eagles were just better.
Matt, I think that the thing that differentiated this Eagles front four from other groups that Joe Thuney and this Kansas City Chief offensive line has played is they tested their gangster a little bit, as the kids say. And what we saw when Joe moved to left tackle is a lot of these edge rushers trying to run the hump, trying to run the long way around Joe Thuney, testing his length, testing his ability to get out in this set. And I give him a lot of credit. He was inside out. It gave Patrick every opportunity to step up in the pocket. What you got was a really, really scary combination yesterday of some inside rushes, some bull rushes on the left side and right side of the tackle position in conjunction with real winners on the inside. Patrick had nowhere to go. And we talk about marrying coverage with the rush. To your point, Matt, when you can rush 4, drop guys into coverage, it is as scary a combination for a quarterback and for an offensive lineman as there is. I credit Vic Fangio's defense for making a ton of plays on the back end. Obviously, DeJean with the pick 6, Zach Bond with a full extension, triple extension, interception there, pretty much to seal this thing in their own territory. It was a masterclass last night. It started with physicality in the trenches. We knew it was going to come down to that. And that was the reason that the Eagles walked away being the Super Bowl champs.
And I want to give Vic Fangio credit, not for his scheme, because the scheme, it's very standard. We're going to rush 4, we're going to play 7 in coverage, play a little bit of zone behind it. This isn't like groundbreaking scheme. I give him credit for trusting the guys that he had up front and saying, we don't need anything else. We're just going to let you go to work. You two on the edge, we're going to rush. We're going to bull rush, like you said, and then we are going to collapse the center of the pocket. They did a great job of not allowing Patrick Mahomes space to escape outside, right? Collapsing those tackles on both sides, but not giving him space to escape up and kind of over the top and outside. So he had to climb in the center of the pocket, and there was nowhere to climb. They collapsed the middle of that pocket, right? Whether it was with games or whether it was with individual rush. I thought it was really impressive, and I give Vic a lot of credit. A lot of times coaches in big games want these pretty uniquely designed things. And he said, no, we're getting very simple, and we are just going to collapse the pocket with 4 guys.
I love that point from you, Matt, because you see it a lot. You see coaches are prideful like anyone else. They want credit, and usually it's when you scheme stuff up that you're the one that gets the credit. It's not when you just say, we're going to rush 4. We're not going to blitz once all night. We're not going to do anything different on the back end than we normally do. We're going to play pretty much quarters and sit in off coverage all night and just beg them to be better than us because we know they're not. And so you got to give a hats off to a guy who's been around the block as much as Vic Fangio has, who's never actually beaten Patrick Mahomes until this Super Bowl in the 8 career games he faced him, to just say, I think we have the better players. And well, turns out they did have the better players.